US Citizenship Test Practice, N-400, Final Questions and Tips, Part 3. The same office room. Anne and Mark are wrapping up their final practice session for Mark's citizenship interview.
Hi, Mark. You've done a fantastic job so far. Ready for the last set of questions?
Yes, Anne. I want to finish strong.
Perfect. Let's start with question 71. Question 71. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do?
Freed the slaves.
Correct. It was an important order by President Lincoln that declared all slaves in Confederate states to be free, which was a key step toward ending slavery in the U.S. Question 72. Who was the first president?
George Washington.
Right. He's often called the father of our country because he led the nation during its founding. Question 73. Name your U.S. representative.
Depends on where I live.
Good. It's important to know who represents your area in Congress since they make laws that affect you directly. Question 74. Why did the colonists fight the British?
Because of high taxes.
Exactly. The colonists were upset because they had no representation in British Parliament but were still taxed, leading to the slogan, "No taxation without representation." Question 75. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s.
World War II.
Correct. It was a major global war that the U.S. played a significant role in ending. Question 76. What is an amendment?
A change to the Constitution.
Yes, amendments are how the Constitution can be updated or improved as times change. Question 77. Before he was president, Eisenhower was a general. What war was he in?
World War II.
That's right. He was a key military leader in Europe before becoming president. Question 78. Who is in charge of the executive branch?
The President.
Correct. The President is responsible for enforcing the laws passed by Congress. Question 79. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now?
John Roberts.
Yes, he leads the Supreme Court, which is the highest court in the country and interprets the law. Question 80. What are two ways that Americans can participate in their democracy?
Vote and run for office.
Exactly. Voting is the most common way, but people can also run for political positions to help make laws. Question 81. What is the name of the national anthem?
The Star-Spangled Banner.
Right. It's a patriotic song that represents the country's history and spirit. Question 82. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now?
J.D. Vance.
Good. Knowing current leaders is important since it shows you keep up with current events. Question 83. Name one problem that led to the Civil War.
Slavery.
Yes, slavery was the main cause that divided the North and South and led to the war. Question 84. In what month do we vote for president?
November.
That's right. Presidential elections are always held in November on a Tuesday. Question 85. What is the capital of the United States?
Washington, D.C.
Correct. It's the city where the federal government operates. Question 86. There are 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them.
Any citizen can vote.
Exactly. Over time, voting rights have expanded, so more citizens can participate regardless of race, gender, or age above 18. Question 87. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II?
Franklin Roosevelt.
Right. He led the nation through very challenging times and introduced important programs to help Americans. Question 88. Why does the flag have 13 stripes?
Because there were 13 original colonies.
Yes, the stripes remind us of the nation's beginnings. Question 89. Name 2 national U.S. holidays.
New Year's Day and Christmas.
Correct. These holidays are celebrated nationwide. Question 90. Name one right only for United States citizens.
Vote in a federal election.
That's right. Only citizens have that right, so it's a special privilege. Question 91. What group of people was taken to America and sold as slaves?
Africans.
Yes, a tragic part of our history that shaped the nation. Question 92. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name one of the writers.
John Jay.
Correct. Along with Alexander Hamilton and James Madison, he helped explain why the Constitution was important. Question 93. Name one branch or part of the government.
The President.
That's the executive branch, which enforces the laws. Question 94. Name one state that borders Canada.
New York.
Right. There are several states along the northern border. Question 95. The House of Representatives has how many voting members?
435.
Correct. This number is set by law and represents the population. Question 96. Name one U.S. territory.
Puerto Rico.
Yes, territories are areas controlled by the U.S., but not states. Question 97. What is one promise you make when you become a United States citizen?
Be loyal to the United States.
Exactly. Loyalty means you support and respect the country. Question 98. What is the supreme law of the land?
The Constitution.
Right. It is the foundation of all U.S. laws and government. Question 99. Where is the Statue of Liberty?
New York Harbor.
Yes, it's a symbol of freedom and a welcoming sight for immigrants. Question 100. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the states. What is one power of the states?
Give a driver's license.
Correct. States handle many local issues like driver's licenses, schools, and police. You've done an amazing job, Mark. You really understand these important topics.
Thank you, Anne. Your explanations made everything clearer.
Before you go, let's talk about some tips to study effectively for your N-400 interview.
Yes, please. I want to be as prepared as possible.
First, practice speaking your answers out loud. It helps you remember and builds confidence for the actual interview.
I've found that really helpful.
Also, try to understand the meaning behind each answer, not just memorize the words. If you get asked in a different way, you'll still know how to respond.
That makes a lot of sense.
Another good strategy is to study regularly in short sessions. It's better to review a little bit every day than to cram all at once.
I'll keep that in mind.
Finally, during the interview, don't rush. Take your time, listen carefully, and it's okay to ask the officer to repeat a question if you don't understand.
That makes me feel less nervous.
Good. You've done the hard work. Keep practicing, stay positive, and you'll do great on your test.
Thanks so much, Anne. I really appreciate your help.
You're very welcome, Mark. I'm confident you're ready. Good luck, you'll succeed.